Your live event's coming up soon, and I've got my third video here where I want to prepare you so you come in with the right mindset and the right momentum so that when Scott and I and these multiple speakers take you on this journey, you end up at a place that is infinitely better than where you are today. So here's video 3. Let's talk about this market, today's real estate market. And I got to tell you, this is one of the best real estate markets that we've been in a decade. Michael, you're crazy. What do you mean by that? The headlines are bad news and prices are down and maybe my value has gone down. I tell you, this is the market that real estate investors wait for. And I know that because about 2 or 3 years ago, I'd say about 2022, what is that? 4 years ago now. In 2022, I remember talking to real estate investors in our community saying, man, this is such a terrible market. Values are high. I can't get any offers in. Any offer I get in comes with competing offers. I'm overpaying for every price for every property. I'm getting overbid. It is impossible to acquire a property. That's the exact opposite market to where we are today. So I hope you see that we are in a market today where it's the exact opposite. Properties are sitting on the market for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Sellers cannot sell their properties. If they are on the market, sellers have to sell because the people that don't have to sell are just waiting this out. They're saying, we're going to list it again at some point in the future. So if you see a listing, it's more than likely that they have to sell. They are motivated by something other than money. And really that's where it comes in, making money in real estate. If you want to make money on the buy side and you want to buy really well, you have to find sellers that are motivated by things other than money. Because isn't it true that in life there's a lot of things going on and money is just one of them, but there's all these different aspects of our life that motivate our decisions. And when it comes to real estate investing in this market right now, when people are selling, they're not motivated by finances as much as they're motivated by the other elements of what those finances are going to produce for them. What that means for you is better negotiating terms, better pick of properties, less buyers out there, and the sellers that are out there absolutely have to sell. So when I opened and I said, this is an amazing real estate investing market, it's absolutely true that when we take a look at over the last 10 or 15 years, real estate investing markets or opportunities like this don't come along too often. We're in a great place right now. Now, there is a rub. There is a caveat, right? You don't get something for nothing. This market rewards people who take action and that know what they're doing. So I don't want you to watch this video and just go out and start buying property. Please do not do that, because even though this market has a massive opportunity, the inverse of opportunity is margin of error. So the margin of error is actually smaller than it's ever been. The margin of error is smaller than it's ever been. So if you can figure out how to work within that margin of error, if you can have the right system, the right training, the right education, we're going to start that at that live event for you coming up. It's going to be amazing. If you have the right system to get into that margin of error and do your best to mitigate any sort of risk that comes with investing, because hey, investing has risk like everything else has risk. But if you can work within that margin of error and get through it, most people can't. If you can get through it, the opportunity is much larger than it's ever been in real estate investing. In the last video, I talked about the 5 funding building blocks. And today in this market, one of the funding building blocks of private lending or seller financing, VTBs, you might have heard them, vendor take-back loans or seller financing, that is happening today more than it's ever happened. So if you're having trouble with money, you're having trouble getting funding, you're having trouble getting a down payment, the banks are saying no, now is the best time, one of the best times to invest, because people are motivated to sell their properties if they're listed. So if this all seems like a lot, it is, but we are going to break it down step by step at the live event, at the fund and find. So you're going to learn how to fund, you're going to learn how to find. We're going to go through the 5 funding building blocks, and we're going to talk about when to use them and how to really capitalize on this market opportunity that you have in front of you, this gift that you have in front of you today. Because what's going to happen, and this may have happened many times in your life, I know it's happened in my life before, is in 5 years or in 6 years, you're going to look back, you're going to say, man, I wish I would have done something. You know why? Because it's always easier to connect the dots looking back. It always makes sense looking back, doesn't it? So why don't you work with someone or listen to someone or follow someone or get trained by someone like myself and Scott and the other trainers we're going to have there that have already connected those dots, because we've been doing this for so many years. So we have a much better predictive model of 5 years from now, what are we going to be saying about 2026? We're going to be saying, I wish I would have taken action during that time. So let's get you trained up at the event. Let's get you moving forward. Let's get these systems in place so that you can take a look at this market and you can shift your thinking from a market of barrier to a market of massive opportunity. Make sure you're there. We start at 11 a.m. Eastern, nice and bright and early. I will see you there. We are going to have an amazing day, and I promise you will leave with the right systems in place to get to that next level. I'll see you there.